You are offered full funding or a full scholarship that covers all your cost of attendance. The school will issue you with an I-20, which is a document required for processing F-1 student visas. If your funding is insufficient, that is, the school did not give you full funding, you must submit financial documents covering at least the deficit before the I-20 document can be issued. The school will let you know what your deficit is. It is important to note that a full tuition scholarship does not equate a full scholarship. With a full tuition scholarship, you will need to provide proof of funds for your living expenses and health insurance. In some instances, you will need to pay an enrollment deposit as well. The enrollment deposit is your commitment to attend the school. Some schools will refund the enrollment deposit if your visa is denied. Now, once you have received your I-20, it is time to process your visa. While I was recording this, a student asked whether they need to sign the I-20 document and send it back to the school. No, you just have to sign it and then use it to process your visa. Now, once you receive your I-20, you can begin processing your visa. Here are the steps to complete before your visa interview. Step 1, you have to complete the DX1C form, which is the visa application form. Step 2, you have to pay the visa fee. This fee is also called the MRV fee. You must pay it before scheduling a visa interview appointment. Step 3, you have to book a visa interview appointment. Step 4, you have to pay the service fee. This fee must be paid before your visa interview appointment. If you don't pay it before your visa interview, your visa will be denied. Now, if you're an undergraduate student, I've already told you a lot about undergraduate admissions and scholarships. You have to ask yourself the kind of scholarship that you are looking for. And I can actually categorize the scholarships into three. One is a full scholarship. A full scholarship means you need to have a good SAT score. Then you can also get a full tuition scholarship, which means all your school fees are going to be covered. You only have to think about your living expenses and then your health insurance. Then we can also talk about other scholarships, which are normally less than 50% of your cost of attendance. With that, you are going to have a huge deficit in terms of part of your tuition and also part of your living expenses. Depending on whether you have the SAT or not, I can suggest certain schools to you. I can suggest schools in the US that offer full scholarships. I can suggest schools in the US that offer full tuition scholarships. And I can also suggest schools in the US that offer normal scholarships. So normal scholarship here means maybe 50% or less than that. And so it's all about, whether you're willing to take the SAT or not. If your family cannot sponsor your studies, then you have to take the SAT if you want to study in the US. If not, don't waste your time. Just focus on going to the university in your country. And then after you are done with your degree, you can come to the US and do your master's. But then if your family cannot sponsor you and then you have the SAT, then you can get full scholarships. And I'm going to suggest some schools to you. Hi guys, welcome to today's live mock session. Um, I am supposed to do this with John, but I don't know whether he got a wrong link because yeah. So the thing is, I changed the link. Depending on the software that I use, right, I might have to go with a different link. Um, yeah. So today I have Olayedi, obviously from Nigeria, and she's preparing for a visa interview. Let me know where you're watching this from, and I will really appreciate this if you can share the live stream with others. Um, so now I posted an announcement about the fact that I will be doing live sessions on Sundays only. So if you have any question, these days I'm very busy. I'm not really available that much, and so the live session is your opportunity to ask any question, right? Anything, any question that you have, feel free to ask. And on Tuesday I have a video coming up because that video, people have asked me a lot of questions relating to what the video is about, so I had to make a video to address that. So watch out for that video on Tuesday. Yeah, so whatever question you have, leave it in the chat, and I try not to skip questions unless I don't see it. So yeah, whatever question you have, leave it in the chat. I'll do my best to answer you. So Oloyedi, are you here? Can you hear me? Oloyedi?
Yes, I am.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can
Yes,
you
I can
s-
hear you.
can you speak up a little bit?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I mean you have to,
I
if you
can
can
hear you
speak up.
just fine. Can you hear me?
It's not about hearing me. What I am saying is that I want you to
I'm
speak
actually
up a little
very
bit.
loud right now. Okay,
Hello.
can you hear me now? I think I'm louder now.
Okay. All right.
Can
If
you
you,
hear me now?
yeah, yeah, I think I can hear you.
Okay, okay.
And those of you watching, if there's an issue with the video or the audio, kindly let me know in the chat. Okay. Let me quickly check this thing. Let me make sure. Um. Okay. Let me get my. All right. Um, okay. All right. So, what are you going to study? Hello.
I didn't get that, sir.
Are you paying
Can you
attention
hear
or
me?
not? Yes, I can hear you.
I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me? The earlier question.
I asked you, what are you going to study?
Okay, my MBA at Montclair State University.
That's not how to answer a question. If you ask, what are you going to study? My MBA at Montclair. That's not, that is not a good, that's not how to answer. That's not the kind of, this is what they call, one word answer, that kind of thing. It's not exactly one word, but, it kind of fits under one word answers. So, okay, well, who is sponsoring your studies?
Will be sponsoring my studies. It stays in the
I missed that. I missed that.
US, and currently he works at Champion.
Can you take that again? I missed that. I didn't hear what you said.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear you, but can you take that again? Who is sponsoring your
Okay,
studies?
my mom's younger brother will be my sponsor. He stays in the younger brother will be sponsoring my studies. He stays in the US, in Texas. He works at Champion XLLX as an specialist,
Yeah, it
and
looks
he
like
has an
there's an
annual
issue.
income of
It looks
$145,000
like
yearly. And
it
he'll
looks
be the
like
one
there is an issue with your network.
sponsoring my master's.
There's a lot of interruptions in what you're telling me. I'm not able to get a complete answer from you. Can you
The next
say, yeah, the network?
yearly,
Yeah, can
actually,
you
I don't
say
know
that
why.
again? You said who is sponsoring your studies?
My mom's younger brother will sponsor my studies. He stays in the
Okay,
US. He works as an operations specialist at Champion XLLX. It's like a chemist for production that clean the water for petroleum production. He has an income of $145 yearly and is going to sponsor.
okay.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I think so. How long has he been in the US?
Okay. He's been in the US for about 7 years now.
Okay, and what is your cost of attendance?
My cost of attendance is 30,511. It's actually 47,311 high school. So I will be staying with him. That will help me reduce the cost of my
Come
living
again, come
expenses.
again. You said it's actually 47,000, and then what? You said it's 47,000, and then what happened?
Yeah, 47,311.
And then what happened?
Yes, but school deduct 100 as my living expenses because I will have a family stay school. So if you have someone that you could stay with in the course of your study, it reduces your cost of attendance. So my living expenses was taken away from my
I am really struggling to understand you. I am really struggling. I don't know. I'm really struggling to.
My course of
So you said your
attendance.
cost of attendance is forty-seven
So
thousand three
now
hundred.
my 30,011, which will be covering.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I am struggling to hear you well. So yeah, we can try again. So can you take that again? You said your cost of attendance is 47,311 or so, and then your you then I think I missed that part. What did you say? Hello? Hello, are you there? Yeah, guess let me check. So um it's really difficult to say much here, but I don't know. It's yeah, I don't know if John, let me see if if John is joining the live session so that I can tell him something. I don't see John, so I don't. Okay, John is here. Okay, yeah, John. So I sent you the link by email. I sent you, an email link. So if you use that email link, then you can still join. Okay. I'll get a notification that you are trying to join, then I can add you. So check your email. It's not the usual mock because you can see that I'm using a different, a different software. This is the software that I usually use for the Saturday live sessions, but because I no longer want to do Saturday live sessions, so I decided to use this one for the mock session, right? So that's why. But I sent you an email. I sent you an email, so if you can check that. Yeah, today's mock session is, I don't know what's going on. It's just uh Oloyede, she cannot hear me, so I don't know. She cannot hear me. She's here, but she cannot hear me. So I don't know
I
if you
can
can hear me, but
actually hear you just fine.
when you say just fine, it's not just fine. What is just fine when I cannot hear you and all
You
of that?
clearly.
Yes, but I cannot hear you, right? So, and it is just now that I'm hearing you. For a period of time, I couldn't hear you, right? I called you, I didn't get anything back. So if you say just fine, it's like I don't know what I'm saying. I am trying to understand that maybe it's the network which is making making it
Right. I
difficult.
think it's a network.
So
I don't know.
don't make it look like everything
Yes,
is
I
fine
think
and
it's
I
the
am
network.
refusing to hear you. That's not the point, right? So all right, so let's go back to
No, no,
the
no, no, no.
where we
That's not
were.
what I
So
meant.
you
That's not
said
what I meant.
you said your cost of attendance is 47,000, and then what? That part I missed it. So tell me.
But 7,311.
Okay.
However, my living expenses was taken out of it because I was able to show that I have a family friend who stays 45 miles away from the school that I could be staying with, and that takes out the living expenses from my cost of attendance. So now I have a deficit of 30,500.
So that 30,500 is for the tuition and other fees, right? Is that what it means? Because if you take the living expenses
Yes,
out,
everything has included.
okay.
Yes, yes,
Hmm, I see.
yes. The 30,500
Okay, so your uncle, where does he live? Is he in Texas?
expenses. Be a part
Hello?
of my expense. Yes, it stays in Texas, in Houston, Texas.
And is that where you are going to? Is that where your school is?
No, no. My school is at Normal Avenue, New Jersey.
Okay, so you're going to New Jersey.
Yes, please.
Hmm, I see. And you have a family friend in New Jersey who is going to accommodate you and take care of your living expenses. Is that what you meant? Is that what you meant?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, you know,
I don't think this is a good idea, having your uncle who has just been in the US for 7 years. 7 years is not long enough for him to the visa officer. I'm just thinking like a reason like a visa officer. So 7 years is not such a long time for him to. What about his family? If he doesn't even have a family yet, he's probably thinking about family. So why will he want to spend 30,000? Why will he want to spend over 30,000 on you annually? It's just difficult for the visa officer to understand that. And also, you have an uncle who is in Texas. He went 7. I don't know how he went there, but the point is, it's just, this is where your ties comes in, your ties, comes in. It's like, yeah, somebody like you are not likely to return to your home country after your studies. You having an uncle who has just been in the US for 7 years and is already in a position to sponsor you. I find it difficult and also you are saying that you have a family friend who you are going to stay with. So you are going to be off campus. The visa officer doesn't even want off campus because you are going there to school. So you are supposed to be on campus and focus on your studies. You trying to stay away from school 45 miles. 45 miles is a long journey. You trying to be 45 miles away from. So how will you get to school every day? Is somebody dropping you off here in the US? If you are not within campus where there are buses to take you around, if you are outside the campus, you are not likely to get a bus to take you. No, you are not going to get any bus to take you outside the school. So how will you why who will be taking you to campus every day? Like, all those things, they don't sound good to me. Why would somebody living expenses of 17,000, you have somebody there who is going to take care of your living expenses? No, no, no. I don't. I've not asked you why the US, all these things, but so far I don't really think the visa officer will. You know, I don't I don't think it's a good idea. I don't think so. In your case, best option is get some good funding or something, and then before you process your visa. That's
But
my
is it
opinion.
for a master?
Sorry.
But since I'm going for like a graduate program, is it really a thing for me to be on campus?
No, it is not.
If it was, I
So
thought
when you
undergraduates could do more.
yes, when you get on campus, when you get to school, right, you decide where you want to be. You can be off campus, on campus. That's one. It's your decision. But then at the interview, the visa officer is thinking you already have a plan to be off campus. You already have somebody 45 miles. Are you really coming to the US to study, or you are coming here to work or something? I don't find that, that good enough. That's my opinion, right? I this mock session is for me to give my opinion based on everything I know, and there will always be little flaws in what I say. So whenever he says that you don't agree, you can go ahead and do what you think is right, and I will be happy if you approve. If I tell you, "Oh, I don't think it's a good idea," and then you go and you're approved, I'll be happy with that. Yeah, I don't need to be right. I just try to be helpful, but not necessarily to be right. So, but this is my opinion on everything so far. When I ask you what are you going to study, the visa officer is trying to make sure you know why you want to study the program. The visa officer is trying to make sure you know what the program will do for you in a way. So if I ask you, where are you going, you have to tell me, oh, I'm going to study my MBA at this university in this place, and I am this, and I need this program is going to help me do this. I wanna, like, the visa officer wants to know, yes, I asked you where are you going, but then if given the chance, you have to tell me why you actually want to go to that place, why you need a program, all of these things. If you just say my MBA in, it's like, it's like a conversation with a friend. No, no, this one is, you're supposed to, yeah, the point is to impress the visa officer. Depend on how you answer your first question, you might not even have you might not even be asked a lot of questions. Sometimes you'll be asked just two questions, because the two answers you provided or you provide will be comprehensive enough such that it will cover everything that you are supposed to be asked, right? So, okay, let me ask you this: have you traveled to any other country, any country, before?
No, I haven't had the chance to.
So you have a brother, you have an uncle who is so rich enough to be able to sponsor you, yet you've not even traveled anywhere before. That doesn't even help your case. It's like, are you really sure? Because this is what I,
I
yeah, I'm
have
listening.
not had a reason to travel, but be more focused on school and also time. I have not had
No,
a reason to want to travel out of the country.
no, that's not how it works. No, no. Even if you have not had a reason, a vacation or something to anywhere, Dubai, South Africa, Ghana, or something. That is because, yeah, that's what rich people do. Like if your family is, rich enough in a way, at least one country or something, you know. But you cannot just wake up one day, boom, I'm going to the US and I have the money. That doesn't, no. For me, this is what I think. I don't think this looks good to me. But I can be wrong as well. So I don't really have to ask you much. So far, I've told you what I need to tell you. So John just left. I don't know. I would have, because I think John was taking notes or something, so that he would tell you what he also thinks. But for me, I think I am. What I have to tell you. I think I am done with that. Uh, Johnny, yeah, John is setting up his thing. I think he's. So yeah, that's all I can tell you. Okay, and I wish you the best. Okay, so. Yeah. That's just my opinion. I mean, what?
My school said they cannot change my I-20 unless if my school said, because I was going to change that uncle to make changes on I-20 unless maybe you've been rejected and you need to apply for a new I-20. So it's that I-20 is going to be like that. So I don't, and it's written there that, oh, this is your cost of this person is going to be covering your living expenses. So there's no way I could
Well,
say anything
well, the thing is that the visa officers, they are not going to be trying to find out a lot when it comes to these things. Once you tell them one thing, they can kind of make meaning out of whatever you may have told them, because they are interviewing a lot of people every day. So yeah, as soon as you start and then you talk about uncle and your I-20, this they already make their conclusion about you that, nah, this is not somebody who is going to um who is really focused on her studies and will really return to her home country. That's just my opinion. Okay, so yeah, it's so yeah, I wish you the best. John is not here, so yeah. um yeah, and you yourself, it's like you even when I'm even trying to tell you something, it's like you want to argue and all of that, but that's not how it is, right? You seem to want to argue with me and all these things, but that's no. So yeah, but okay, John is here. Let me hopefully, I don't know, let's see if he has something to add, because for me, I don't really have anything to add. Chairman, money man. John, welcome, welcome. So
Yeah,
so I've given my opinion, uh, just my opinion. Whatever you think,
mm,
just add it, and then yeah,
yeah. Am I laudable?
yeah. You are very loud. Yeah, loud enough. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, okay. So, yeah, I was following the interview
Mm,
and then what Oloide was saying, and
yeah.
honestly, yes, all that you said is true. So from the beginning, so hi listeners, hi everyone. So from the beginning, I think uh, I always say this that when you're being given a chance to uh, to talk, when you're being given any chance to talk, the first question, it's very very important to
Yeah.
make your point. Like make every point as possible.
Yeah.
You shouldn't make it too short. When you make it too short in regards to uh just the specific purpose
Yeah.
that you are going to use it doesn't sound well. It doesn't it even means that you didn't do any research. You
Exactly.
didn't do anything, and you
Yeah.
are just coming for an interview
Yeah.
because you had an admission to go to uh United States, and then that's your main reason for coming for the interview.
Yeah.
So most of the time, question, the first question, it gives you the opportunity to express yourself,
Yeah.
give the reason, every major point that you feel like is the main reason why the visa officer should allow you to go to the United States.
Mm.
You can have any reason. It cannot just be uh, uh, when you talk of the purpose, you can have a lot of purposes. You cannot, but the main purpose is studies. But
Yeah.
then you can start to make the points well known, and then with a bit, you have to be a bit precise and explain a bit about what you want to go there to do. So yeah, I think I think you already told her a lot about that one. And then uh so the next thing I would talk about is you for me, those people who use their aunties and uncles who are already in the United States, their statement as bank statement. Well, I wouldn't say it's wrong to do that, and I'm not saying that you are not likely to be
Approved.
like approved. I'm not saying that, but then it gives them, like,
Yeah.
you are trying to give them a lot of information. Like
Yeah.
it makes them, it makes it even easier to
Yeah.
even to whether to deny you or to
Yeah.
approve you
Yeah.
at that particular point.
Yeah.
So you are making an emphasis that this person is the one going to sponsor you, and then you are also making an emphasis that you're going to stay with this person, meaning you're
No,
not
like a
going with the
different person.
purpose
A
of
different person.
with a different person,
Yeah. So
let's
like
say, but the
two
person is
different
in the
people.
United States.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, US.
Yes. So it means your main motive for even, meaning you're not going to stay on campus.
Yeah.
So what is the, are you sure that
43
the
miles.
studies
43 miles.
43
Very
miles
far.
is very far.
Yeah. Very far. Very,
43
very far.
miles is very far.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very far.
No bus is going to take you there. You'd have
No
to get your
bus.
own car or somebody has to be dropping you off and
Yeah.
nah, that's not it's not possible. Yeah, it's not.
Even with these traveling buses, you have to stay on the road overnight for some time before you get to. So it's not advisable.
Yeah.
Most of the time, it's not advisable. You have to state your purpose, make it well known, and the main motive is you returning back to your country after your
Yeah.
studies, not you staying here.
Mm,
So if you make an emphasis that I'm going to do this and that, and they think around what you're saying and notice that you are not going back, or you don't have any motive, like
yeah.
you don't have anything, any reason or anything that will send you back to your country, they say no. It's like you of course you've already made your intentions that you're going to
Yeah.
stay for a very long time.
Mm,
Yeah, so with that, well, it's very difficult to say, but
yeah.
I'm not the one who gives
The
visas,
visa.
so I cannot, yeah, I cannot discourage you on that. But
Yeah.
per the experience and per what I know,
Exactly.
I will tell you that find as well, try as much as possible to find a different reason. If it's genuinely what you're saying, you have anything to back or anything, or you feel courageous about your answers and you feel like this is okay, well, we are here to give an advice. That's one thing. We are
Mm,
not immigration officers.
yeah.
But then you can rethink about it, which
Mm,
you yourself, when you sit down and then you assess yourself, you think that, okay, so if I'm the one to give visa and someone tells
exactly.
me I'm coming to the United States, but
Yeah.
I'm not going to stay on campus, I'm going to stay with my family member, what
Yeah.
is the person trying to mean? You
Exactly.
understand? So what does the person mean? So it means that this person can even decide that one time he can decide that I'm not going back to school. I quit school and
Yeah.
then I'll be with my family member. No one will know anything.
Yeah.
So it's obvious. So you have to make sure that you don't commit yourself with your answers. Like you don't make them have a lot of doubts
Yeah.
about your answers and your credibility of staying in the United States
Yeah.
for just studies, just your
Yeah.
studies and going back after your studies. So
Mm,
I think you already said it all. So
mm,
and I don't know if I was the only person. The the voice was very down, but then it was clear. It was clear, even though it was down sometimes and cuts off. But then I don't. These things will not happen on the day of your interview. So
yeah.
you have,
Yeah.
but the expression is okay for
That's
me.
what I was trying to tell her, but she wouldn't even listen to me. She was insisting that her voice is, like I was trying to make her understand that, I cannot hear you. So, like, if you can speak up a little bit and, and the interruptions, but, so, but yeah,
Yeah.
so what we've said so far, right? What we are not saying you'll be denied. What we are saying is that based on what we know, it's hard. But on the day of the visa interview, things can happen, right? You might meet a visa
Mhm.
officer and he might not even see that. Maybe the person will see you and then suddenly the person will just like you, like you that, oh, this person, maybe just something, right? So we just never know. Things can happen, right? So
Yeah. Yeah.
what we can say is good luck to you, okay? Good luck. So yeah, so Ole, good luck. Okay. All right, let's go into the chats and then Johnny, nice to have you. Money man, did you
Chat.
bring money? Did you bring
Oh,
money?
and now I have to pay for a lot of stuff, so I'm weak. I'm weak.
You're
Yeah.
weak. Ah, how can you
Uh,
be weak now? How can you be
no,
weak?
no, no, no.
Uh,
Sometimes you have to be weak, then sometimes you be strong. It's normal. US life is no, it's normal.
it's so easy, oh, child. It's not easy.
Yeah, it's
It's not
normal.
easy. All right, let me check. So Enoch is here. Enoch Achampo, Enoch. Yeah, Enoch is regular here. Philadelphia, Oxawa, okay. Then just opportunity network. Money man. So
Yeah.
did you use the other link? The
Yeah, I
usual
use,
mock.
I
Uh
was waiting. I used the
yes.
other link and yeah. So when I watched, you said, yeah, I should check my email. That's why
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So I think henceforth I will be sending you the link by email because this one the link is different.
Mm,
It's always it changes, So yeah.
mm,
Yeah, I realize that it's so hard for me to have time these days. Like it's so hard. Like I've had to, put a lot of things on hold, and right now I have to get back to them. And so, yeah,
mm,
the best way for me to respond to questions is just a live session. I think one live session every week is good enough because right now people don't need study abroad live sessions, right? The last one I did was the
yeah.
graduate assistantship interview, which was very important. Like people needed that one so much. But
Mm,
right now what people need is visa interview, right? So, but if something
mm,
comes up and then we have to talk about a particular issue, why not, right? But right now it's just visa interview mock session. So, yeah, I
mm,
just thought Sundays, yeah, so that I can use Saturdays to do homework and a few things
yeah.
and take care
Yeah.
of things. So yeah, that's good. So Glenn is here as usual, and then Apia Kabina Steven from Ghana, PJ5 from Lagos, Nigeria, and then Karen as usual from Nigeria. Then Joseph says, hi, this is Joseph. Okay, Joseph from Ghana. Enoch says, I can hear her, but the voice is quite far. Okay. Liam says, Shai, I'm your toppest fan. Hey, I am Lekeke. Wow, Lekeke. Wow, nice. That's good. So Joseph says, her voice is really far. Okay. Enoch says, her voice is okay now. Okay. Rachel says, I'm an accountant at my current company going to study MPS analytics. I have 18K funding with a deficit of 42K. My company is sponsoring my deficit. How do I link? How do I connect my funding? I'm not too sure what this question mean, what you are trying to say here. I don't get you. But if when it comes to these things, check my my channel. There are well, actually now three people that who use company sponsorships, right? And they were approved. You can check their interviews, okay? And that should give you a lot of information in terms of what you should do. Okay. And then Enekwa is here. Enekwa, you're not missing me here. Hassani says, I'm a student athletic going for a bachelor's degree in business administration and I got a full teaching waiver scholarship. Do I have to mention
Mm.
athletic motive as why I chose the university? So with your scholarship being athletic scholarship, there's nothing wrong with but there's nothing wrong with mentioning the athletic thing, but then it is always about you coming to study. So you can, yeah, you can talk about, the fact that you got it because so I'm trying to bring in the athletic thing, but then what I want you to understand is that the most important thing is you're coming to study. The athletic thing is extra thing they are going to do for the school, right? And that's why you have the scholarship. But then the most important thing is you are coming to study. That's the whole point. You are coming here to study. That's the first thing, right? So business administration, yeah. Maybe you want to go into sports management or something, so you need a program and then also the uh or John, you want to add something? And then
Yeah, I think I don't know which one. Where did he get the full scholarship? Is it
you got
with
a full
the
teaching scholarship,
M? Yeah, is it
MBA,
with
to
the
do MBA.
MBA
Yeah, to do
or
MBA,
with the
undergraduate
athlete?
students.
Okay, okay. So I think with that, there's less to say. But then, because if with full tuition, you have everything to prove that you have the full tuition waiver.
Yeah,
So when you go, definitely they are going to ask you your purpose, and then afterwards they will ask you how your scholarship, was it by merit or by you, so you can say it because it's already on the paper, so you
yeah,
just have to go through the admission letter, and then all the
mm,
information with regards, you get every information with the scholarship.
yeah,
So I think you already have the information, you just have to
yeah.
go through it, and then you
Yeah, you
you,
can
you
you
say
can just add you can just say you got it based on merit and then also because you're an athlete. You can do
athletes.
both. So
Mhm.
that that kind of helps. But the most important thing is you're coming to study. Okay. Maybe your future goal is to be go into sports management, like I said. Maybe that kind of so that's why you need a business administration program, right? Maybe. Well,
Mhm.
Kende from Nigeria, Kende Steven, and then Azuri Clement says, please can you drop the link again for me to join? Um, the link, which you're already on YouTube, so I don't know which link you need again. Liam says, Liam, okay. PJ5 says, hi, Shai. I have a question or opinion. I recently got an admission from the University of Colorado Boulder, journalism MA. I got an email from my faculty director concerning funding. Okay. She said after accepting my admission, the faculty will make a decision and it is limited to 3 students. Please, is there any way I can seek funding aside from my department, and how do I go about that? Thank you. So yeah, check that this question. I've had it like maybe close to 20 of these questions in the last few weeks, right? So I've made a video about it. It's the video is a bit long because I talk about everything that I need to talk about. So you should watch out for that video on Tuesday. So that will answer your question. Okay. Adeyemi is watching from Ondo, Nigeria. Okay. Emmanuel says shiny. Emmanuel, why are you laughing? Isa, hi, Isa. Nice to have you. Augustus says hi, Shai. That's saying you're the firstborn child of your father, a good way to show home ties. That as the first child, you will return to take up managerial roles in your father's company. That's no home ties, right? The home ties
Mm.
is your father's company. Your father's company is rather the
Yeah.
home ties, not the fact that you are the first. The first. So yeah. Appear Commander says, please can you mention some other documents that they might personally ask from you to review and confirm the authenticity of the information you provided during the interview. So anything, admission letter, funding letter, if you
Mm.
have funding, bank statements, a support letter, anything that helps your case, anything that proves your finances, anything that proves your, like your academics, right? Your transcript, your certificate, anything, you can go with it. At the end of the day, they will give it back to you. So yeah, anything that you
Yeah.
think is important, you can go with it. Anything, any document, right? Any document you think can explain whatever you say, why not? You can go with it. Okay, Apia Steven says, please can you mention some other okay, I think this one. So Vera from Ghana and then James from Ghana. Karen says, Omo shy, this your style no be here. John, what
You know, I wanted to say it.
what is my hairstyle? The hairstyle
Oh,
is the same thing.
child.
I haven't changed anything. It's just afro, but it's the same
Yeah,
thing. Just that I've been having the headset on, so it's like yeah, it kind of
yeah,
doesn't show
yeah.
it well, but it's the same hairstyle. I haven't changed anything. But I think I just saw now. Just saw.
What has mine done? Is the
Yeah,
same, the
yeah.
same.
Hey, what did you put in your hair?
I
Huh?
don't put anything. I don't
Are you
even
trying?
comb.
Are you trying to be a Rasta man?
No, 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 no,
Uh,
no. That's how my hair is.
but John, you are a pastor. Oh. Are you a
Yeah,
pastor? You're a pastor,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. I used to share. We as far as we are Christians, you have
Uh,
to, yeah. And it's
because
not about just being a Christian. You have to. We are not. You have to be. If you are straight, just be straight. If you are whatever, just be whatever. But for me, I take my religion, my God seriously. I
uh,
don't joke.
yeah,
I don't joke.
every single day, John will
Yeah,
share a quotation.
yeah,
But I
yeah.
used to do
Every
that
morning.
actually, so many like many years ago until But I used to do that. I
Yeah,
used to preach all those things, but yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't miss. I don't miss. Every morning, I don't miss.
Hey, pastor.
Yeah.
I see. All right. Sylvia says, "Hi, Shai. Please, I'm here." Okay, Sylvia. Nice to see you here. Mama Cha says, "We are watching from Ghana." Okay. Emmanuel says, "I like your opinions. Your opinions, brutal." Yeah, I just say what I think. The thing is that I sometimes you say something, somebody will not be comfortable. It's not like with bad intention, with malice. I'm always trying to tell students what I think. Right, do this because this is what I have seen. I think this is a good thing. This is not a good thing. I just give my opinion, and sometimes, yeah, sometimes you when you are so brutal, some people will not like it, right? Because it's like take it easy on us, but I would rather force you to go through the hard way because sometimes you see the thing is that you know what you have been through and you know what you had to do to come out of it. You know how you had to fight, right? And so when you're talking to somebody, you're not saying, oh, you're not trying to make the person go through the easy routes. You want the person to go through the difficult route because you know that the person is capable of doing that. So when you push yourself, you get it because life is not easy.
Mm,
Life is not easy at all. So yeah.
mm,
Vera says, hi, Shai. As a nurse working in a private facility, how best do you show home ties? Yeah, you're working in a hospital, so in a clinic hospital. Yeah, so that's it's about what you're coming to study and how that is going to help your career as a nurse when you go back to your home country, right? It's just that's all the story. The visa officer
yeah.
says, the visa officer says I don't even think they have. I think they probably have just bachelor's degree. It's not like they have more than even bachelor's degree. So it's not like they are looking for something exceptional. It's not like they are looking for you to present something perfect. No, no, no. They just want you to sound sensible a little bit. They just,
Mhm,
especially when you talk about when you have some technical terms in your answer, it's like, okay, this person knows. They don't have to understand what the technical terms are about, but when you say it, it's like, okay, this person, yeah, it's a genuine student, so let's approve his visa, right? That's the way it is. All right. So uh why am I laughing? I'm laughing because there's a question to John. Liam says, hey Shy. Then Liam again says, John, are you married? John, are you married?
oh,
Hey, it's not
no,
easy.
no, I'm not married, but I have someone, of course.
Hey, it's not easy. Some of these questions, like, hey,
why, why, why this direct question?
that's not in
Hey,
somebody's
the
personal
person
life.
is
Oh.
the person is
Somebody's,
asking like twice.
yes, somebody's personal life. Maybe,
Nah, nah,
but
nah, nah.
Liam is a male name, so I don't know. Maybe Liam would have given you a sister or
I
something.
beg. I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. I'm a straight guy. I mean,
No, no, not like he himself, but like asking, maybe his sister, or something.
no, 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 sorry, sorry,
Mm.
Liam. I'm not searching.
Maybe, I mean, it's even possible Madam is watching. So Madam is watching, right?
She watches every time.
So she's watching. Say hi to Madam. Say hi to her.
Oh,
No,
hi,
no,
hi,
no, no,
hi,
don't say
Liam.
hi. Say a sweet word to say something sweet to her.
Shy, shy. uh,
Hey, John, you're
uh,
shy. Hey,
no,
why are you shy?
but
Why shy?
I mean, I'm not shy to say it to her, but
You're not shy. You're
uh,
not shy. Why are you shy? You're not shy.
I'm
Why are
on
you
the this is on the roadside, so we don't have to. And we are here for.
for a business? But it's not my fault. It's Liam's fault, right? It's Liam.
Uh,
Liam was the one who
but
asked the question.
she's okay. Like yeah,
Mm,
I'm not married yet, Liam,
mm.
but yeah, but I'm not searching.
You're getting there. Mm,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah.
Mm. All right. Xavier says, "Hello, Sha. What is the best answer for if you are asked if you have an immediate relative in the U.S.? My sister is a resident. So, John, what is your take on this? His
Well,
immediate relative, his sister, is in the U.S. as a resident, permanent resident.
normally some of these things it could be a good thing. It could also be
Yeah,
your denial, your way to be denied because the means where your sister that your sister took to get to the United States is very
yeah,
important.
yeah,
So if it was a clean thing that she
yeah.
went through probably visa lottery or
Mm,
any genuine way that took her to the United States. I think you telling that and even bringing her in the case, except that she is to serve a particular purpose, right? But you
yeah,
cannot just say that I have a sister. What does it add up to your application?
yeah,
So is if your sister is somehow supporting, right, or doing something to help you in your studies, I think there's nothing wrong indicating that your sister
yeah,
is there, right, and she's
yeah,
doing this to help you. But
yeah,
however, because your father is the main sponsor, you come back and then your father, you're working with your father in this
yeah.
company, blah blah blah, because your ties shouldn't be related to your sister.
Exactly.
You should relate it something back home, like
Yeah,
your father or your mother, your uncle, family
yeah,
business, your job. So because if you relate it to your sister, it's going to sound like you have the motive of staying and become a resident or a citizen just like your sister. So and that's intention is a red flag
yeah.
actually.
Yeah, so yeah, like John said, right? Let me just summarize. So it's like the fact that you have a sister doesn't mean you have to be denied. No, that's not fair, right? It doesn't work like
Mm,
that. But like
mm-hmm.
John said, how did she get there? Was it through legal means, right? And the other thing is, you yourself, do you have a scholarship, right? If you have a scholarship, right, that can help a lot, right? In a way, it means that you don't even have to rely on her, right? And also maybe if you're going to a different state, that also helps, because if it's the same state, then it's like you apply to the school because of your sister. You don't really have genuine interest in going to that school, but because of your sister. So that, all of these things. And also, even you yourself, if you have a good job in your home country, that is your ties, right? It kind of helps you a lot, that, oh, you already have a job and you are very clear about why you want to study the program and how it relates to the job you have in your home country. Yeah, you should still be approved, right? So the fact that your sister is in the US doesn't mean automatically you'll be denied, but there is a good chance you could be denied, but it doesn't mean you'll be denied. A lot of people, they have family here, but they are still approved. So it depends. Everybody's story is different, right? It depends on a lot of things. All
Yeah.
right. So everything speed says, bro, between West and Spantran, which one is good? I did West in 2016, and at the time, that all I knew was West at the time, because yeah, so we had to evaluate our transcript, and West was popular, and so I did
Yeah.
West.
I think they all
John
do.
did Spantran. Yeah,
Yeah.
John did Spantran when he was going
Mm,
to his current school. So uh my opinion is that I don't really think it makes any difference. Just that West is a bit expensive, and
yeah.
but it's also popular. Popularity comes with
Yeah.
cost, right? So yeah, West is more popular and all of that. People talk about the fact that West is slower. Spantran is faster because less people, less demand. So
Mm,
yeah, all these things you can think about them. But if I were to do my evaluation today, I'm more likely to do it using using West, because it is the popular one. It is, like everybody, every school. I think every school accepts all of them. I think
yeah.
in terms
Yeah.
of your GPA, I don't know how, if there is any difference. I really don't know. But yeah, this is something that I thought about it some time ago, but it's difficult to really dig into and then find out, because it's very complicated. It's so much work, and I don't really see any much value spending so much time to try to investigate which one is better in terms of the final result, because it's, unless somebody does it with, you know both of them, and then you look at the outcome. But even that one is just one sample doesn't do anything. You need a bigger sample, so it's much complicated. So yeah, but yeah, John, you use Spantran. If you are to do it again,
Yeah.
you are going to go with Spantran, right?
I mean, West and Spantran, for you can use West. Most of the time, I recommend West to
Yeah.
anyone. But then, if it depends, for my school, they stated specifically to use Spantran. That's why I use
Uh,
Spantran. I had
mm,
already used educational perspective. They are also part
okay.
of the
Yeah.
nurses group.
Uh,
So any of these, some schools will state that they want EEE, Spamtran,
mm,
West. Others
yeah.
will also tell you just go to the nurses group
Yeah.
and select
Yeah.
any uh, any of
Any of
the
them.
groups,
Mm,
yeah, that the agents that does the
mm,
evaluation. So you just select any, then they can accept any of them. But
yeah.
some will just specify do it with this, do it with that.
Mm,
But
yeah.
I think so far the West evaluation,
Mm,
everyone accepts.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, you can go with that.
Mm, yeah. So yeah, that's our opinion. Okay.
Mm,
And yeah, sometimes you can also check the school, like John, right? John's school required Spantran. So if you want, you can check it. The schools you are interested in, if they all require Spantran, you can go with Spantran. But West is a safe bet, actually.
mm,
Yeah, it's a safe.
yeah.
All right. So Daniela says, "Hello, Shai. Please, can a logistic and shipping company sponsor me as my employer? What do you do for the company, and how big is the company? Have they been sponsoring people in the past? Like all these things, right? So it depends." Appear Commoner says, this one there be Sika hairstyle. So it means my hairstyle. Charlie, money no deal. Money no deal. The money money. Money no deal. Money no deal. Yeah.
Chai,
I mean,
chai, you get money. Chai,
money
you
no
get
deal.
money.
Ah,
Uh,
you don't know. America, yeah. If you are not done with school and you are working, like you don't have
yeah,
money.
yeah, yeah,
You
yeah,
cannot,
for sure.
because they will pay you enough to survive. That's all. Just enough to survive. Your GA,
Yeah.
you know, in the video I made on Tuesday, right?
Mm,
The latter part of it, I think I talked about um it's just a comprehensive video about if how to get assistantship, all these things, like all those options. And then also I gave my opinion on loans. I talked about when somebody hears that, oh, when you come you can do campus job and make like $10 an hour, the person might think, oh, that's a lot of money. But if you think about it very well, whatever you make in a month will not even take care of all your living expenses. Even if it takes care of
yeah,
all your living expenses, you have a tuition of like $10,000 per semester. In some places, maybe less than that, but in most places more than 10,000. Where will you get the money, right? So a campus job doesn't really help unless it is a GA position where you are going to get at least a tuition waiver, and then some small stipend or something. Even if it's a full tuition waiver, at least that takes the tuition. Once the tuition is taken care of, then other things, you can manage small small. It's not easy, but
Mm,
yeah. So yeah. Um.
mm,
So Nasman says, okay, hi, Nasman. Athletic evolution. You said, hello, Sha. I'm preparing for my second visa interview, but the new government has changed the name of my workplace on my DXC. Should I keep the name I used for my first interview for consistency? Yeah, if you want, you can keep the old one if it's the same company. Yeah, just so that, because it's not everything that the visa officer will ask you. The visa officer can look at it and make a conclusion about you, right?
mm.
So maybe I don't know. I would just probably go with the old one. Just yeah, because if they Google it, the old one will still pop up, right? That it's the same company, I think. Uh, so Xavier says she went as a student and met the love of her life. So your sister went as a student and then she met. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah, she wasn't out of status. So yeah,
Mm.
it should still be fine.
I think
Ideally,
he was
don't
making
let her sponsor
emphasis.
you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. I think yeah,
Yeah,
you got it.
don't let her
Mm.
sponsor you. Um. Okay. So Athletic says and explain the change during the interview, or should I update it to the new name? I want to ensure clarity and avoid any confusion. Yeah, you can. Yeah, I think I've answered you right. Just I will go with the old one. Then Ellie says, "What's the best answer if you were asked if you have any relative in the US for an F1?" Bearing in mind that you were asked the same question in your visiting visa, and you said you had a friend. So you have a relative, and you denied that you had a relative at the time. Now you are saying you have a friend. That's something you have to decide. I cannot give you an answer to this question, right? So you have to decide what is good for you. Like, yeah. Nana Japan says my admission of MS data science, full teaching waiver and a stipend, but deficits is less than 12,900, which is the living expenses. Shall I want to be interviewed? How do I come on board? So after this live session, um, yeah, most of the time you are going to get an announcement in the page, in the Telegram page, for those who want to be interviewed. So you can send your details. As soon as you see it, you can send your details, and then we'll decide on, most of the time it's more like first come first serve. This week I selected one person and I wanted to have one other person because I thought one person is just, we just, if possible, we can have two people because it's like, okay, live session only on one day, right? Instead of 2 days. So if we can
Mm.
interview two people, that would be better. But yeah, I didn't get anybody else. So yeah, sometimes, yeah, there will be a time where we may have like 20 people, you know, that time will come. That will be in June, July, maybe starting from May, or but yeah, June, July. That is a peak visa interview season, right? So, and
Mm.
then we may have to select maybe three. There was a time I selected like 15 people in a week because I was doing mock sessions, like continuously. So, but I don't think that is possible this time because, man, I have a lot of work to do. Like I don't have the time at all. So, but we'll see. We'll see. When we get to the bridge, we'll cross. Um, So yeah, Emmanuel, you can you wait for the announcement before you send your details. Okay. Simeon says, "Hi Sha, what is the best way to study for GRE verbal parts to get 165 currently?" But I took the GRE, I didn't get 165 in verbal, so I I cannot give you an advice on something that there are a lot of videos, people who are who have expertise in some of these things. So you would have to learn a lot of words, all these things. Like, so, yeah, those people, they can help you better than I can tell you anything, right? So, all right. Everything species aside graduate assistantship, is it possible to get funding or scholarships for my education in the US? Assistantship is the best offer, best scholarship or best funding option for you when you're coming to do your graduate studies. But then there are other scholarships, right? In some schools, when it comes to graduate studies, like John's case, right? Private universities, they don't usually give assistantship, but then they can give you scholarships, which might be good enough, right? In a way, no, yeah, it can help a lot. Like John's case, yeah, that's why he's a money man. The assistantship is the scholarship. Scholarship is it's a lot of money, so he's enjoying himself there. So, um, So it depends, but the best, you can also get external scholarships, but those external scholarships, it is not now that you look for them. Normally, they have their deadlines, maybe by January, right? So those ones they've already passed. But those external scholarships, most of the time they are need based. Need based means you have to
Mm.
show that your family needs, your family is poor, right? They cannot sponsor your studies, and it is not just need based. When people hear need based, they think that you just have to have a need. No, no, no. Your academic background makes a big difference. Uh, this week, somebody reached out. The person has the person has a full scholarship, right? He's going to New York. He has a full scholarship, which is a lot of money. Like the scholarship was about 90,000 or so, right? Undergraduates, and his scholarship was need based, but he still had a SAT of uh 1,500 or so. So yeah, it's need based doesn't mean just need based. No, 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 no. It means your SAT is going to give you that kind of scholarship. So please, if Simon says, oh no, I think Daniela says, oh you didn't, oh you didn't understand. I'm yet to go for an F1 visa interview. Just asking what is the best answer for that now?
Oh, I think with regards to her first question.
Yeah, so in her first question, she said when you were asked the same question in your visiting visa. So you apply for the visa as a visitor, and I don't know whether you're approved or not. But then you said you have a friend, and now you are going for F1, which is your first F1, right? That's how I understood it. I don't know if
Mm.
that is not what it is, but Nene Japan says I would like to know whether I should take this offer. MS Data Science, 10 hours, full teaching waiver, stipend 8,000, remaining deficit 12,000. Of course, you should take it up. It's a good offer. The remaining 10 hours, you can do some campus jobs, 10 hours. When you have a teaching waiver and then you are doing that and you have some hours, yeah, of course, do the campus job. The 10 hours, it can take care of a few things at least, right? So yeah,
Mm.
it's a good offer. You should take it up unless something better comes up, but that's still good enough, right? People without scholarships, they still come. And you have a food teaching scholarship, you don't want to come. Hey, why will you not come? Why will you not want to come? So everything species with assistantship, do they require experience? Not really. It depends, right? It depends. And sometimes your experience, it's about crafting your experience to fit into the position, right? But most of the time, assistantship requires you to, be a good student, get admission as a good student, and then a good background and that kind of thing. Because assistantship, most of the time, whatever you're coming to do is more academic. And so your academic experience is very important, right? But some assistantships will require you to have worked with students, right? So it depends on the assistantship, the position and all of that. So yeah, John, I think we are going to end it here. I've answered all the questions. I believe so. So
Mm.
yeah. So
Okay.
John, you have any final words, anything to say, and then we
Yeah,
just
so
mm,
someone pinged me saying asking me about my channel, my YouTube channel.
yeah,
Yes, actually I am supposed to have
started posting.
started everything, but there are a lot. Shy, could you believe from that time we did that, and people have been contacting. Some even want me to spend full time with them, but then anyway, and we are still helping. We are still helping. I'm not
Yeah,
saying that I will not help if I have the chance, but then when you come, also just make your queries very simple and
yeah,
understandable. Yeah, it
yeah,
shouldn't be something too long that I have to sit down and study. No,
yeah,
please. But then yeah, I think so far I think people are learning. I
yeah,
think people are learning, and some of the questions that people ask, you can clearly understand that they are getting the idea of this travel, study abroad thing.
yeah,
They are getting it, and it's a good thing. It's a good sign because it doesn't give the chance for other uh, agencies who want to do people to get a
yeah,
chance to do people and take their money or take them for granted, which is a good sign. and
Yeah.
I think you are part, and other people, you're all doing a good job, Shai, and God bless you for that. So I think for aside that, I'm okay. I'm okay. So yeah,
Mm.
everything is fine.
Yeah, I am. I tried to show that in some of the comments. I even forgot to do it, but
Mm.
some of them I see that they show. Some of them I don't see that they show. So I don't know if they are all showing or not. But some of them I see that. Yeah. So, but John, so when will you start posting videos?
I should start like I'm supposed to even do this with Richard, but you know,
Mm.
Richard's wife uh gave birth like fresh.
Ah,
So yeah, new father. So he's very busy.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
time
time.
I called him, he was in Beijing trying to put things together. So I couldn't. Yeah,
Mm.
you know, I was even trying to get him on the show
Yeah,
one
yeah,
time, but then
yeah.
he's very busy, very
Mm.
busy. So
Yeah,
I
money man.
just want to
Another
I
man.
just want to I just want to give him the time, and then
Yeah.
we'll start posting soon.
Mm.
Actually, before we should start posting and try to assist people
Yeah.
during the interview time,
Yeah.
and before, at least before the interview time, and
Mm.
also yeah, afterwards, if people also need any assistance, not assistance as in doing everything for you, but assistance as in guiding you or something.
Yeah.
Because if you want to take my time, I have to, yeah, take something. I have to charge you. But then it's not going, of course, it's not going to be anything too huge for you to run
Yeah.
away from us. But yeah, we all good. Like everything is, it's fine. And,
Mm.
yeah, I think that
So
should be it.
what will you be posting? What will you be posting? What will your videos be about? Because
Mm,
you have to let people know what you are going to do, right? So that
mm,
they will know what to expect from you. So what are you going
yeah.
to talk about?
So the group, the platform is
Yeah.
actually is basically guidance, just
Mm.
guidance. For now, I don't have to because I don't want to be the one to decide which visa that you are going to be approved or you are going to be denied for visa. But
Yeah.
I'm just going to we are just going to guide you from the application. It's the reason why we are doing this is it's not just for the study purposes,
Yeah.
but for the B1, B2 people, and then
Mm.
um, those with those who have the J1 visas also. So we are going to guide people, like
Mm.
guide them and try to teach them what to do right
Yeah.
from the scratch to the end to your visa application. And
Mm.
if you want us to guide you or coach you, honestly, disclaimer from everyone, you we cannot assure you of 100% visa. No, no, oh,
Nobody. Nobody.
nobody, no
Nobody.
agents.
Nobody.
Don't even think of giving him like $100,000 or
Yeah.
something, because he cannot guarantee you
Yeah.
100% visa.
Yeah.
But then he's going to guide you on what
Exactly.
you should say and what you shouldn't say.
Yeah.
So I think that one should be the basically what should help you to get a
Yep.
visa.
Yeah.
Yeah, because yeah, that's it. And I heard during the week, I heard one story about a very sad story about one. I think he was, I've forgotten the work that he does, but he he gave a sum or like huge sum of money to one agent, like 6,000, like $12,000,
Mm.
and then realized that the agent took him to airport, and then by the time he realized he was in Kumasi Airport, like Kumasi Airport, he asked, yeah, I think I'll get the full gist probably the following week. We can
Mm.
this because people need to be educated on this travel thing.
Yeah.
It's you shouldn't take it as a don't just give your money to people
Yeah.
in the name of helping you
Yeah.
if you cannot get the guidance from a specific person you trust. there are a lot of videos. Spend some time, read, watch
Yeah.
videos, and educate yourself. At least enlighten yourself about just the procedure of
Yeah.
doing it. Enlighten yourself on that. Even if you don't have detail, just enlighten yourself on that, and then
Yeah.
so that people they don't take advantage of you.
Yeah.
Because these agents, when they know that you don't know one thing, they'll just keep on adding terms, blah
Yeah.
blah blah. By the time you
Yeah.
realize you are paying $20,000 to them
Yeah.
without noticing.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
think mm,
People, when I hear stories like this, it makes me sad because yeah, I don't like that kind of thing. I don't like people taking advantage of other
yeah,
people. I hate that kind of thing. So yeah, just that people are desperate. They don't
yeah,
want to put in the work, but the process is such that it is not so difficult like that. The beginning of everything in life is difficult. So yes, at the beginning you would have to spend some time, try to understand the process, but at the end of the day, if you put in a few hours, you know what everything is about, and then you would have to start working
yeah.
on things yourself.
And the guy
But
is dead. You know,
the
the
guys,
guy is the guy is dead. The guy who was being duped. It was one guy's show.
he died.
Henry. Yeah,
Why?
the guy who the show was on one Henry guy his show,
uh,
and he was giving the narration. In fact, I felt very sad. The guy is dead because he couldn't stand paying that sum of money for
uh,
Canada. It was Canada visa, and then yeah.
yeah,
So
they don't listen. The thing is, if it's easy, everybody will be here. When I came into the space, people were there are a lot of undergraduate students who have applied to come to the US. Some of them, they abandoned studies in the university. So maybe third year, second year, then they will go to the visa officer and say, oh, they just completed high school and they'll be volunteering, and then they will be
mm,
denied. And so when they are denied, even after they complete their school, what do they do? Do they go back to the visa officer and say, at the time I told you I was I was done with high school and I was volunteering, I was actually in school, right? Then they are confused and they will come to me and they'll be so it's like, yeah, the process, people have to understand that it is not easy. If it's easy, everybody will be in the US, but it's not easy. It takes a lot of work. You don't want to take SAT, but then you are there, then you reach out to me, I want a fully funded scholarship. Hey, you think fully funded scholarship it is easy like that? No, 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 no. It takes so much work. It takes so much work, right? It takes so much. If you don't want to put in the work, then forget about it, right? So
yeah,
yeah, yeah. So it's been nice having you here as usual, John.
yeah.
So
You're
yeah,
welcome, man.
yeah. So all of you who were able to watch us, and those of you who will be able to watch us later on, we want to say thank you so much for your time, and yeah, we appreciate it. And
Mm,
let's meet again next week. Next week,
yeah,
next week Sunday. Next week Sunday. So all right. So bye bye.
yeah. Okay, bye.
Hi, welcome to my first video.
Bye.
My name is Shaibu. The goal of this channel is first to help students get admission and funding into schools abroad. Secondly, to help students get their visas approved. And finally, to help students navigate through life in a foreign country. If any of these interests you, consider subscribing to the channel so that you don't miss any of my future videos. I intend to post 2 long videos every week. I have been living in the US for the past